Alright, so my next video will be me talking about your guys' comments that you left when I asked you all, what do you like about Black Ops Cold War? That video doesn't have the most views, but it has 300 comments. Most of them just saying zombies campaign, and trying to find interesting comments where people are actually talking about the game's design and replayability, that's hard to do. More importantly, it's probably hard to type out. But in this video, I was actually inspired by a comment that I keep getting from different people in different ways, but they have the same meaning. And that is that shotguns are supposed to do well in close range. I haven't done one of these rant videos in a while where I just go after a train of thought that I see repeating and just rant about it for pretty much no reason, so if you guys don't like this style of content, go ahead and click off. I'm just gonna rant about this for a second. The idea that I can't criticize shotguns for being too good, too prominent, because, well, that's what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to be good, that's hilarious. I have seen people complain about slug shotguns being effective outside of the shotgun's effective range, when not realizing that it's a Call of Duty game, and if it wasn't a shotgun slug hitting them at mid or long ranges and one-shotting them in the chest, it would be a bolt action. And the difference between getting hit by a pump action slug or a bolt action 7.62 is not enough for me to complain about. It's a marksman weapon, you actually have to aim your shot. See, unbalanced snipers without flinch or too fast of an ADS speed or movement speed, they frustrate me just the same as when LMGs have too fast movement speed. So I do have that frustration, but the one thing I will give to precision weapons is that they are precise. They're high risk, high reward. People aren't walking up to you in Modern Warfare with Kar 98s and hip firing you with no risk to themselves, with very little accuracy and precision required. In fact, if they miss that shot or that shot goes below the chest, then they're likely going to get killed. It's just not a good idea to run up into a building and hit you with a single shot. Just not what we do here. And the slugs on the semi-automatic shotguns in games like Modern Warfare have terrible accuracy when spammed. Really, the only slugs you have to worry about are 725 or Model 680. But again, those are precision weapons like a Deagle or a Kar 98 or a Mark II. They're not dealing insane amounts of damage at crazy long ranges for free. They require precision, and the slugs actually have deviation like the crossbow does, and so I really can't get hung up on, yet so many people seem to think it's a lack of balance that allows people to kill you with a shotgun across the map and not precision, like it's Call of Duty. We've been getting hit by interventions, MSRs, L96s, whatever the rifle may be, for a long time now. And in Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, we've seen some very powerful marksman or tactical rifles, so I really don't see the problem with shotgun slugs. I mean, again, if you're sad about getting hit with a shotgun slug because that's not the weapon's intended role, you must really get sad when you get quick-scoped, right? Either way. But the rest of the argument, the meat of the argument that I see the most repeated is that because shotguns are supposed to do good in close range, it's ridiculous to complain about their close range performance. But let's not look at other games like how Battlefield's maps are so large that controlling your engagements with a shotgun is actually a lot more difficult and requires a lot more class commitment, meaning you can't run around with an M4 and a shotgun. Or in Halo, people have to fight over the shotgun or choose selective modes that come with the shotgun. Or in really fast time to kill games like Insurgency, where everything is one-shotting, the shotgun just gives you less accuracy penalty in close range. Yeah, like, Call of Duty does shotguns kinda wrong, and especially in Black Ops Cold War. The Hauer might not be the best one-shotting shotgun, but it is an amazing two-shot fast pump shotgun that can kill people at like, I think 14 meters with 2 shots. Very consistently, even when hip fired. You guys haven't leveled up your Hauers and used them properly if you think they're trash. The Gallows control close range engagements, and I haven't used the Street Sweeper, but I've been on the other end of the barrel of a Street Sweeper, and I hated it. It just trivializes close range gunfights. And why do I say that? You think, boom, that's where the shotgun is supposed to be utilized. So how's it trivializing? Well, Call of Duty isn't Battlefield. Okay, these maps have tons of buildings and choke points, especially in Cold War. Cold War is obsessed with small rooms and choke points, similar to what I said about Modern Warfare. The shotguns were very good, and the buildings were very, very prevalent. There were so many buildings and hallways and corridors, so yes, it was very, very easy to lock those areas down with an Origin and Model 680, a 725. It's trivializing because I guess I'll just go fuck myself because I decided to enter a room. You know, at least in Modern Warfare, somebody had to give up their ghost perk to run a shotgun secondary. But in Cold War, we have the gunsmith system that Modern Warfare had, meaning no give and take, and you can just have whatever attachments you want, plus shotgun secondaries, meaning we have fully kitted out secondary pocket shotties that can be swapped to very fast with the Gung Ho perk. This is not rocket science. Call of Duty's maps are littered with buildings and choke points and tight areas, when all of those can be potentially trivialized by somebody spamming buckshot when I actually require accuracy. That sucks, especially in a longer time to kill game. My SMG isn't killing you in 3 shots to the chest like it is in Modern Warfare. In Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I have to land 4 to 5 shots. I need to aim for the head. I need to be precise. I need to be unpredictable. I need to be concussioning you before I come around the corner. You with the Gallo just need to put me in the center of your reticle and spam your trigger. If you want to act like that requires skill, or I'm supposed to just tolerate that, as if the maps are vast, open, and complex, and I have tons of flank routes and openings to come and get you, and it's not at all a choke point watching simulator on most of these maps, oh, I'm sorry. You have to look at the game as a whole picture. 1. How easy are shotguns to use? How accessible are shotguns to have on your class? How many choke points can be taken advantage of with these shotguns? The answer to all of those doesn't bode well for the argument that they're just supposed to do well in close range. No shite. The problem is I can have a fully kitted out M16 for one bursting people at long range, and you might think, well, that's not gonna do very well in close range. Don't worry, I have Ninja and Gung Ho, meaning I can just run around silently and swap to a Gallo every time I enter a room or building, meaning that my M16's limitations are no longer really limitations. The Howler is able to stretch into that close mid-range area for 2 and 3 taps, so if I have a Howler and an M16, I feel like I'm even more comfortable at more ranges with even less thought required. Shotguns are supposed to do well in close range, so why don't you go ahead and limit yourself to close range for that class? Oh, you don't have to. You can run Ninja and Gung Ho and a Gallo as a secondary, kit it for nice long range engagements, and you can pull that puppy out and light me the fuck up real quick, real easy. Don't pretend like you can't, because I'm gonna know you're lying. The only reason shotguns aren't further up on my shit list like snipers without flinch are is because this game is a head glitch watching simulator most of the time. I feel like I'm just playing whack-a-mole, so yeah, a shotgun holding an alleyway isn't probably going to happen. It's just that every time I see somebody closing in on my location, I pray to God that they have a secondary that requires them to land multiple shots with accuracy, like a pistol, or something like an SMG or an assault rifle, even an LMG with a little bit of extra weight. Maybe they'll be a little slow and I can take them out, because a shotgun will just turn the engagement into a spam fest. Look, I don't know why I keep feeling the need to make these videos. Most people agree with me that shotguns take very little skill, they're very frustrating to die by, and, well, yeah, but there's these weird amounts of people out there that really fit the stereotype that I sort of inadvertently created. People that really want to be able to subvert the time to kill. They secretly dread certain things being nerfed because those things allow them to subvert the time to kill. They have to be a little less consistent with them. They have a lot more room for error. So being able to one-shot people in the stomach with a bolt-action rifle across the map with very fast bullet velocity and no flinch, yeah, that would be quite appealing to these types of people. Hip-firing buckshot into somebody's face, using an overpowered handgun, using a specialist ability, using a kill streak that's really easy to get and gets a lot of kills as often as possible. I mean, there are Halo players that are only good with power weapons, shotguns, rocket launchers, snipes, they're great with all of them, but as soon as it comes to an AR battle or a BR battle or a DMR battle, they fail miserably. Their shot tracking is terrible, their consistency, their ability to narrow down a target and land consistent shots doesn't exist. As long as they can click on you twice with a sniper rifle, shoot near you with a rocket, or of course use the ever so popular and easy shotgun, then, well, they'll be fine. Modern Warfare shotgun meta pissed me off, but here's the real thing, and here's my bias for the end of the video. I would honestly love to see a Call of Duty game come out with 0 shotguns. The Call of Duty formula and style just doesn't work with how fast their shotguns need to kill in order to justify their existence. In Battlefield 4, it's harder to lock down areas with a shotgun, especially in 32v32 game modes. You're likely going to deal with more than just 2 or 3 opponents at a time. You might end up dealing with 6 people pushing you, And if you are able to lock down close range with a shotgun, good for you. So in Call of Duty, in 6v6, the likelihood of you dealing with the entire enemy team is kind of low. So when it comes to one-on-one or one-on-two engagements in close range, easy shotguns sort of trivialize the gunfights. And I don't know why some of you are such cucks about this. Do you really die by these pump-action baby cannons and think to yourself, well, that's what that gun's meant to be good for? No. That person didn't have to fight for that shotgun, that person didn't have to find that shotgun, that person isn't even likely, if you're playing 6v6 Call of Duty, isn't even in a map that's hard to use a shotgun on. The ease in which you were killed by a Call of Duty shotgun should bother you to some degree unless you know the enemy has to give up something for it. The enemy has to make sacrifices to make that weapon work. Oddly enough, in Black Ops 4, you did have to make sacrifices to make the shotguns work. Not in Black Ops Cold War, and in my opinion, not enough in Modern Warfare, but at least you do have to give up something in order to run it as a secondary. Anyway, thanks for watching, see you when I see you, goodbye.